one parameter, or if you want to pass an object data, it always good that you can pass a JSON string. It always good that you can pass your data as a JSON string, right? So what happened? You can bind all your parameters in single parameter, and you can able to pass, because you know, right, how to create a JSON string. So the JSON string is also found. So all you can say, instead of object name, you can also say that JSON string. So JSON string means it's your response, right? So you can mention, like, you can also create a multiple attributes, but my recommendation is that instead of creating a multiple attribute, you can use a single attribute and you can able to get whatever data you wanted instead of having a multiple. So I'm generating a header for this. This is my application event. This is my application event. That my application event is implemented. Nothing else will write within the event code. Only the one attribute and the type you need to define as the application. In the notifier, we need to do something extra. In the notifier, we need to do something extra. What is that extra called? First, this is a notifier, so we need to register the application event. Register the application. How to register the application event? It's very simple. Aura colon register. Aura colon register. Register, right? Register event, and then you need to provide a name. And you need to provide name, can be anything. For now, what I'll say, application event. This is how I'm giving my name. So you can provide whatever name you wanted. For example, I'm giving as a application event, and then type. This is something you need to be careful while writing. So it should be C colon, the namespace colon, your event name. What is the event name here? April application event. So this is how you need to provide your application. This is called register. This is called register. This is called register. And then what I'll say, lightning colon card, title, application event example. This is my application event example. Inside, I'll write my body, lightning card. 1 minute, lightning colon card. So component library is the best place to get your snapshot of your codes for a lightning component. So I'm just taking a basic card. So footer is nothing, but I don't need a footer for now. And title, I'll say that application event example. And inside lightning button, I'll say that fire event. This is my event name that I'll do. And what I can do extra here is I can create my controller function. Fire and event is my method name. Fire and event is my function name. So I'll call this function. I'll call this function within my on click of a button. On click of a button. On click. How to represent your function? It's C colon function name. So now on click of fire event, my fire event will fire. And inside body, I'll put lightning colon input label user detail. Value, I don't provide anything because I'm not doing anything. And then we can say aura colon id is a unique identifier within the HTML code. I'll say input user input user detail. So this is my id that I'm using. So what I'll do, inside my aura event handler, I'll get my value. What I'll get, let user detail equal to, what you need to do, you need how to read a data. This is a syntax, component dot find, component dot find your aura id, component dot find your aura id, and then v dot, sorry, your id already, and then you need to put dot get is a function. Inside that, what you need, v dot value. So what happens, as soon as you click a button, user details will get the input value from the input field. What is the syntax? Component dot find, and this is called your aura id, and then you need to mention dot get v dot value. And now you need to fire an event. Fire an application event. So there is no direct connect between any of these things. Everything is a publisher and subscriber model. Publisher and subscriber model. So I'll say that let app event equal to, so here you need to use secure dollar, here you need to use secure dollar a dot get. What is the event name here? What is the event name here? Here you have event name, right? Application. Instead of c colon, you need to represent e dot c colon application. E refers event, c colon is the namespace and the event name. This is your event name. And then app event, and then app event dot. You need to set a parameters. You need to set params. You need to set params. So this is the method. Inside, what you can do, you can pass your JSON data. JSON data sense, we can have multiple parameters. In our case, we have only one parameter called JSON string. JSON string colon. What I'll do, I'll pass something like this. I'll pass something like this. Data colon user detail comma and event component name. So what is the component name? I'm just hard coding this detail. Which component is a notifier? I'll say that this is my component. What happened in the same parameter I'm passing? This is a JSON string. This is actually a JSON string. Why I'm saying this is a JSON string? I'll show you why. Let's say if I keep double quotes, this is a valid JSON string that we are doing. JSON beautifier code beautify, and I'm passing my data. And I'm saying the preview. Expecting, okay. JSON validator. JSON late. User detail. Component name. JSON. So this is a valid JSON file. This is a valid JSON file. And don't worry, you can pass keys without a braces. I mean, without a quotations in Lightning or JavaScript. The JavaScript is capable to pass information. So this is your JSON information. Now this becomes your JSON information. Once I enter this, and then I need to say that app event dot file. File is a command which will initialize. File is a command which will initialize. Deploy to source. App is an app fire event in the sense which will initialize a fire event. And then what? This is a register. This is a register. Now we need to handle the component event, right? This is what we are doing. We need to handle the application event. This is a register. Now component A and component B are to be a registers. I mean notifiers. So that is called sfdx create aura component application event handler. This I need to deploy first. Application event listener control shift P create application event handler. This is called my application event handler. So handler is very simple. In handler, what we need to do? In handler, what we need to do? In handler, we need to handle the component. How to handle? Aura, colon. The syntax is handler. The syntax is handler. In register, we use what we use in register. We use a syntax called registered event. Now we need to say handler, and then what we need to handle? Event. What is the event? How to mention? It is C colon. It is C colon your event name, it is C colon your event name, and then action. As soon as event listens, what happens? As soon as event listens, what happens? Let's say app event handler. This is my function name that I created. Now I'll create my JavaScript function for this. So here you go. Here what I can say, how to read a data. How to read a data. It's very interesting. Let response equal to event dot get param. Event dot get param. What is the param that you need to mention here? The event application attribute name. The event application attribute name is nothing but your JSON string. Here you can see even the set parameter we are passing JSON string. So you need to read a parameter JSON string. In this, what you need to do? Let's say alert real data colon plus JSON.stringify in the sense it converts your JSON object to JSON.stringify. Okay. Stringify response. JSON.stringify response. Inside this, what you need to use? Let's say let data read equal to response dot. What is the parameter that you are passing here? What is the parameter? The real data? Data. So I'll say data. Alert data column plus JSON.stringify data read. If I want to know my component name, alright, let cmp name equal to, from where I need to read data, my response dot, what is the parameter that I am passing here? Component name. Response dot component name. I can alert cmp name column plus cmp name. So that's it. So what happens? Either you can set, and this is how we are reading data, how we are registering, and how we are handling. So and then I'll create one more application. So we need to create one more. Create Lightning Aura component Aura app. Now I'm creating my application event. Yeah. This is my app. So here I'll call my two components. Here I'll call my notifier. Here I'll say my notifier. Let's say simply I'm calling my notifier C colon notifier, and then I'm calling my C colon my handler. C colon my handler. So these components are independent. Let's say this is a component B group and this is a component C group. The same way we written, right? This is the top one is component B A and component B, and we have components. It's the same structure. They are not inside one. They are outside only. Within the app, A, this is an application. So I can see this is an application. This is one component. The top one is one component. They are not related now. So now I'm deploying. I'll go to my developer console. I'll go to my, let it get deployed first so that I can go to my developer console. No component name, markup found, deploy. Let it get deployed as first. Okay, it got deployed. Now I'm going to my developer console. Close all. Open resource. Or we can say what is the application. Application star app. This is my yes. Here, this is the app that we created. So you got a preview now. So anyway, you don't get a styling because we are not in a proper case. So now what I can say, I'll say that Sunil. If I fire an event, we can see real data is user detail. Oh, I mentioned in a double quote. Sorry, this is user detail component. Okay, my bad is here. I shouldn't be keeping double quotes for an deploy. So our expectation is that as soon as we click, we need to see a details from. Now what happens? The alert statements are coming from handler, not from the register, right? So it is passing through a event file and it is receiving through a handler and it is receiving through a handler. Again, I'm refreshing my component. Update preview. I'll say Sunil. If I fire an event, my real data Sunil and component name is application event notifier. This is what we hard coded, and I'm trying to read what is data. Data is Sunil, and I'm also trying to read my component name. So what happened here? What is the best way? What I'm trying to say here is that instead of creating a two attributes, you can define one attribute as a string. String defines is nothing but a single value. You can pass your JSON stream of data and you can able to read data whatever you wanted in a controller lifecycle by parsing the data. Clear? Any question on this? So you need to remember three syntaxes. While writing application event, you should know what type you are using. Application. If the type is application, the register should be like this. I mean, you need to mention C colon application event in the app event. And in the file, you need to set a parameters and you need to fire the event. And in the notifier, you need to have a handler and the C colon event type, and you need to mention your JavaScript function. That function is capable to read data. Here is the function that can pull event.get param, and get param in the sense whatever the parameters you have as the attributes in application event. Once you get the data, and you can do whatever data binding operations you wanted, whatever the data binding operations you wanted. Clear? Any question on this?